LR, the liberal redneck here, coming to you from a country where former President Donald J. Trump is a walking dead man, metaphorically speaking. Letitia James has him in her crosshairs. Fani Willis has him in her crosshairs. And best of all, Jack Smith has him in his crosshairs. Trump will lose all three cases. He will be convicted of fraud, election interference, attempting to overthrow the government of the United States of America, and stealing top-secret government documents. He will spend the rest of his life in prison, barring some kind of plea deal, and he is highly unlikely to ever admit his guilt. He could even be in a jail cell before the trials are over with, on contempt charges, because his atrocious behavior towards the whole process has already gotten him 2 gag orders from separate judges. There is also the Stormy Daniels hush money trial and the E. Jean Carroll rape trial, where he's already convicted and they are determining how much money he owes her. Considering the staggering depth of his stupidity, he might try something crazy like trying to escape the U.S. jurisdiction. Whether any country on the planet would give him sanctuary is questionable, with the possible exception of North Korea. I cannot object to that, as their dictator would probably execute him for his incessant whining in a few weeks. Once viewed as the savior of the Republican Party, he alone is responsible for its destruction. How does the recent House Republican Conference fit the patterns of dysfunction? For one, the viciousness of the arguments within the GOP conference and the threats to members reveal a party in disarray. What some have termed a Republican Civil War seems aptly put, and as with the last Civil War, the consequences for the two-party system should be equally lasting. For another, this intra-party animosity may well mean that we are witnessing the GOP breakup in real time. Republicans today seem divided among those who wish to govern and those who wish to merely make noise. Their attempt to elect a speaker in the House of Representatives has been pathetic. They finally continued their assault on America by electing a speaker that voted to overturn the 2020 election, wants a nationwide ban on abortion, and thinks prayer in schools should be mandatory as long as they are Christian prayers. If the Republicans of today remain deadlocked, they will suffer a fate similar to that of Democrats in 1860 over slavery. A failure to reach a majority consensus signals the doom of an American political party, and it all falls on Trump and the utter failure of his presidency. In the midst of this legal quagmire, he remains the leading presidential candidate for the Republican Party, which verifies how fractured they have become. God help us all. Thanks for listening, and remember, always vote blue or be prepared to deal with the consequences.